In the last 4 months, I've made $17,952.92 using ChatGPT, SystemeIO, and WarriorPlus. This is my WarriorPlus dashboard today, yesterday, this month, and then, of course, last month. And how I did this is simply selling my own products and being an affiliate. But primarily, the strategy here is to sell your own products, as you can see here on the vendor stats page. Inside of SystemeIO, I'm using the sites functionality. Under sites, they have sales funnel. Here is one of my products, the MMO protocol powered by Prompt PsyOps. You can see here I'm selling that on WarriorPlus. It's a simple strategy. You come over and you click view. In this case, you would click create if you haven't created a sales page. In this case, you click on view, and I just want to walk you through this. This is the funnel. It is a sales page and then a series of sales pages that you use to build a funnel. You come over here and you click on edit page. It brings up the page builder. And I'm just walking through this so you see these are the simple steps that you do if you want to sell your own product on WarriorPlus and make money. And then I'm going to show you how ChatGPT ties into this and one specific feature. But understand that to create a sales page, it's something that it takes time. You have to learn how to write copy. You have to learn how to put the product together. And this is the product, the MMO protocol powered by Prompt PsyOps. It is about how to use AI to make money online. So again, I go back and I've showed you all these steps so far just to show you the process. Now, inside of my affiliating profitable online business, I use my proven top strategy, and this applies to exactly what I've done over the last 4 months. It starts with traffic and you pick a topic. In this case, I talk about marketing or how to simplify marketing, how to do affiliate marketing here on the channel, but I also talk about using AI and creating your own products and setting them up for sale, because essentially what you need to do is you need to spend the time to understand the tools and the technology that is required to build a profitable online business, following my proven top strategy of traffic to an offer, add people to an email list, because ultimately the reason I create and sell products is the same reason I have this YouTube channel, is to add people to my email list. So come down here and understand consistent content, building super simple lead magnets. And I want to talk about this step here, which is bonus, because when I talk about starting with the proven top strategy and the affiliated 9-step roadmap, I'm talking to people that are looking to get started and they don't want to be overwhelmed. They need to simply focus on a proven strategy, and being an affiliate is the best way to get started. Understand, I've been doing this now going on 7 years, so I've progressed to the point where I'm selling my own products. But go back to my proven top strategy, and that's why I checked this right here, bonus 10x your money, because when you get to this point inside of my simple strategy and you create a bonus, you're really dipping your toe into the water of content creation or product creation, becoming a product vendor or a person that creates a product and sells it. And in this case, just like I did over on WarriorPlus, today, yesterday, this month, and last month, you can see vendor sales. You can also see affiliate sales. Of course, if you go and you look at my vendor stats, you're going to see $17,952.92. This is just the stats for selling my own product, which is what this video is about, and how I did that with ChatGPT. When you open up ChatGPT, there is a very specific feature that I want to dive into in this video, because I use ChatGPT, I use SystemeIO to build the sales pages and the funnels, and I use WarriorPlus as the marketplace, but it started with this concept down here. Click on new project, create a new project. Here I'm just going to say test project, because I want to show you the features and why this is important. Then I want to walk through some examples of how to use this feature or how to start thinking about using this feature to get the result you're looking for. So when you create a project, you can add files, and these files here would be specific content that you want to reference. So for example, if you've watched any of my videos here on the channel, or if you're new to the channel, go back and watch and understand that I talk a lot about PLR, private label rights content, and that's content that you can buy a license to. You could add the files here to start creating your own product using that PLR content. But I want to focus today on this, add instructions. How can ChatGPT best help you with this project? And what you do here is you ask ChatGPT to focus on certain topics or ask it to use a certain tone or format for responses, or you give it constraints. And I want to show you what that means here. What color are roses and fire trucks? Everyone knows that roses and fire trucks are primarily red. The answer here is roses are often associated with a deep crimson hue, often referred to as red, and fire trucks are traditionally painted in a bright emergency response shade of the same spectrum, also replacing the word red here. Now, why did ChatGPT use the idea of deep crimson hue, also commonly referred to as red, and specifically say also replacing the word red here? And then I said, now I write the poem Roses are red, violets are blue. And then it wrote this: roses wear crimson, violets dress in blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Note crimson replaces red to honor your instruction. To honor your instruction. Remember, go back. Under the new project that you created, you have a series of instructions. If I go back to the project here, roses are red, and I open up the roses are red project, you'll see here under instructions, I have a very specific set of instructions, or I am giving ChatGPT constraints. Constraints are important when you're working with AI to get a different angle, to make sure that the focus is on looking at the content that you're creating and thinking outside the box, if you will, and creating something that's different, something that's unique. And when you give constraints to the AI, and in this a simple example, I'm telling it to not use the word red and talk about roses and fire trucks. So you can see now it has to try and figure out how to give more detail than just saying something simple like fire trucks are red, roses are red. And it's really simple to just give it those instructions as you see here. And the next example I want to show you is explain the concept of time travel in science fiction. Here you can see it answered what, why, and how. It gave me 3 specific outputs, or 3 different categories of outputs to answer my question. It is explaining what time travel is, why time travel is so fascinating, and how time travel might actually work if it was real, or is it real? But what did I do here? If you were to go to a ChatGPT, just a basic ChatGPT window without a project, or ask ChatGPT to explain the concept of time travel in science fiction, here is the format you're going to get. Here's a breakdown of how time travel typically works in sci-fi, types of time travel mechanisms, common themes and paradoxes. So you can see what I've done here is I've given it a constraint. And if we go back over and open up our sidebar and we go under this chat inside of project, what, why, and how, you can see when you click on this project that when we click on instructions, it has a very specific set of instructions. Always respond with deep reasoning in the format of what, why, and how. So I'll go ahead and I cancel that and I go back to the time travel in sci-fi chat. You can see here, I said, explain the concept of time travel in science fiction. I'll go ahead and close the sidebar. It responded with what, why, and how. Then I ask it another question, and you can see it continues to use that instruction set, that constraint. What is the butterfly effect? What? The butterfly effect is the idea that small causes have a large, unpredictable consequence. Why? Why is the butterfly effect important? How? In practice, especially in fiction, the butterfly effect appears when you do these things, or these 3 things happen. That is how the butterfly effect appears. So what is the butterfly effect? Yeah. What, why, and how. I'm getting a different level of output. And when you're creating your own product, this is going to be very important. And again, I'll open the sidebar. You can see now I'm under a project called System Online Business, Make $100 a Day. And I've added instructions to this to only use SystemeIO and YouTube. Give me a simple plan to make $100 a day online. Just like in this video, I started in the beginning, I told you, I use ChatGPT, I use SystemeIO. Inside my proven top strategy, my primary traffic source is making videos here on YouTube. So when I'm chatting with ChatGPT, I want to give it the constraint here. Only give me information about making $100 a day using SystemeIO and YouTube. Give me a simple plan to make $100 a day online. Here's a simple, no fluff plan to make $100 online using just SystemeIO on YouTube. No tech headaches, no ad spend, just consistency and smart strategy. Then it gives you the strategy and the breakdown. Well, if I don't like that and I want to continue this conversation, remember, it still has the constraints in my instructions and I can continue the conversation. I don't want to do affiliate marketing. I want to create my own products, or that's what I'm thinking, right? But let's let ChatGPT, with the instructions and the constraints, guide us towards creating better output or getting better output and diving deeper and thinking about something that we can create. For example, a product like my prompt psyops product. And this is what I do when I create my prompt psyops products. I give ChatGPT specific instructions on what I want when I ask it questions. Got it. No affiliate marketing. Let's focus on creating and selling your own simple digital product using SystemeIO plus YouTube to make $100 a day. Then it's going to walk through the step-by-step plan for using just YouTube and creating an email list right here. So you have an example profit plan. But the idea is you go back to the project and the conversation you're having. If you go back over here to the sidebar, the SystemeIO online business project, of course, I could add some PLR in here, or I could add my proven top strategy. And I could say, okay, I have a strategy here. It's proven. I need traffic to an offer, add people to an email list, and using ChatGPT to create my own product that I'm going to go then sell on WarriorPlus. I would follow this roadmap and I would do all these things to include the tools, tech, and time, which in this case, ChatGPT now has the instructions. It can only give me information about how to do this with SystemeIO and YouTube. I go back to that conversation, and then anything that I ask here in this chat is going to follow those instructions, and it's always going to have those constraints and give you a simple, no fluff plan to make $100 a day that you can then take and test, or use what I call the LDT model, learn from ChatGPT with those constraints inside of a project, go out and do it, and start making $100 a day, or attempt to make $100 a day, and just report back on your status. Maybe you try to make $100 a day, but you only made $1 a day, or maybe you didn't make any money. It's okay. Go ahead and report that and then teach it. The LDT model is learn, do, teach, and essentially it's creating case studies. And essentially when you create content or you create a product, an information product, and you provide information for people to understand how they can solve the problem that they have, and the goal being for you to give them that information to move them from the problem towards the solution or to solve their problem as they move forward, going over simple hurdles. This is how ChatGPT can help you with this projects feature, just by adding those instructions and focusing on constraints and telling it, you can only use these options because these are the options that I want to use or that I'm using to get the result that I want to sell as a product. Now let's create a product. And that is where the real power of ChatGPT comes in. If you like this video, go ahead and watch this video next. I think it's going to help you understand this concept even more.